Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. The St. Elizabeth Division is transforming to serve you better. As part of the overall modernization of the force, the division has increased its capability to investigate crime.
The other thing, of course, that this gave us opportunity to do was look at the technology that has been put in place recently down here, both in Santa Cruz and here in Black River. That will allow us, the police force, far more visibility of what's going on. We've just shown some imagery inside that I'm sure we'll be able to deal with operationally as it comes up. But this camera system, part of the overall modernization of the force, increasing its capability to deal with all of the matters of policing that face us. Violence being, of course, murder being the most important one. If you notice, other areas of crime tend to be trending down, and there's a reason for that, because some of these methodologies we're using and technologies are more suited towards other forms of crime and criminality. At Santa Cruz, we recently just put in a domestic violence center. We've had 75 cases there already in 2 months. What that means is the potential of those 75 disputes ending up with violent crime is very high. And so it's important that we continue to do all of these other things, even as we deploy the tools we have into the spaces where those people most intend on doing violent crime are. So it's a broad-based approach to what we're dealing with. And yes, we'll have spikes, and we will bring them back down. And they'll spike again, and we'll bring them back down until all of these things are in place. But we're building our capacity. This year we've brought in, and certainly by the end of the financial year, we'll have brought in 1,200 additional police officers. What that means is we see a problem in Westmoreland. We sent nearly 50 new officers to Westmoreland. If you don't have them, you can't send them. And so it's important that we continue that process of building out the size of the JCF. That's the highest number of officers that have been recruited in a single year, is this year.
Police officers can now scan a QR code to access information about their health and well-being.
Good morning, everyone. All right, so let me just welcome some of the officers of the Commission of Police. And today is a good day. It's a good day. We are here for a very special occasion and a very important one in the lives of our officers, the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So today we are here to forge another partnership with the Pan American Health Organization, and it's one of the many partnerships that we have had in the past and will continue to have it. And we're here under the theme, Enriching Your Health and Wellness.
We come to you this morning recognizing your presence and thanking you for the opportunity that is presented with the offering of this additional tool in the toolkit of the Medical Services Branch. Through your providence and the forging of partnership of the JCF and PAHO.
This initiative will help in a number of ways. We see what will be handed over, some cameras, computers, etc., and it is going to really help with education. It's going to help with health education, that is, and communication within the organization. We see it as just another tool in our toolkit, in the toolbox that we're using as it relates to health and wellness. So we'll be actually doing some recordings of real-life situations that impact the police.
So what brings the Pan American Health Organization and the Jamaican Constabulary Force together today? Together, we both know that we must care for those who care for us. PAHO and WHO's work in emergencies, our support to those who similarly respond to emergencies, our focus on health workers and public health workers, are all based on the premise that by caring for those that care for us, we are leveraging health's impact on society. With this in mind, PAHO's support to the JCF is focused on as another key partner that faces high stresses during the normal course of their work.
Say, I will always interrogate the things that are going to be coming into the force to make sure that what we're bringing in will benefit the members who it's supposed to benefit. That the data we capture around these things are, and the programs we put in place, some of them quite boutique, some of them cutting edge programs, are attributed to the work of the people who are putting them in place.
Driver narrowly avoids being robbed twice. 51-year-old Spanish Town taxi driver Joel Christie's intuition has helped him to avoid countless dangerous situations in his almost 2 decades on the streets. But on one occasion a few years ago, Christie did not follow his mind and found himself in danger. I was working for a chartered taxi company and I answered for a work that was going Jondal, Arnett Garden, St. Andrew, and the guy made me take 3 different turns, and when me come back, me make a wrong turn, so me stop at the shop to ask direction. At that point, the guy pointed a gun on me and said I should give him 5 bills. If me did follow me mind, me wouldn't answer for that job, Christie reported. Me said to him, say, me only have 1,000 and me go buy $800 gas and me go buy 1 soda now. Me go buy this soda and ask for direction, and them say follow anyone to the gullies because one end up a Spanish Town Road and one end up a crossroad, added Christie. He said he had to keep his composure when the man pointed the gun at him to show that he wasn't afraid and therefore reduce his chances of being shot. The father of 2 went on to say, what start running through my mind now is, Jesus Christ, me dead now, because if me give him the money, me go take the car from me and me go take with the rest of the money. Then again, me couldn't make him see me fear because me know say people work off of fear. So me go on like me brave, go back out there and him have the gun palm me same way. Me say to him say, you a got church? Me go on like me brave some way and drive off. He no said nothing else to me from me come out of that shop. According to Christie, he was shaken by the incident despite the brave front he put up. After me reach out at the Texas gas station in New Kingston and I tell the guys me can't keep my foot one place, said Christie as he described the nervous tension which he had after he ran into the gunman. Christie reported that since that incident, his wife of 21 years and his children have been worried that he would be harmed while operating his taxi. Them no want me to drive no car again. Them did want me to do mason work, but because me did get injury in the taxi work, me can't do mason work. A lady did run in the car back and kinda messed me up bad, Christie explained, as he pointed to an incident last year where he believed he would have been a target of 2 of his passengers. Christie said his observant attitude and intuition caused him to realize what the men were planning before they could make a move. One sit right here beside the driver's seat and one come behind me. And when me realize say them a thief, me start to drive very fast because me know say in order for them control them, me need to drive fast. So me just juke them with a knife if me need to. Me plan to push me seat on the one behind me and then juke him, said Christie. He noted that he was initially suspicious of the men when they asked if he was heading back in the direction of Spanish Town Taxi Park from McCook's Pen, and he told them he was going straight to Old Harbour, but they still decided to get in the car. That's the first thing made me suspect them. And how me see one of them a look for me, me say, eh? So me start a go top speed. It's like him no want to look for me too much, and him a talk to me, and me a say, a brother ya, I'm more suspicious. You know say everybody have on mask, and the one at the back now a look for me, and him a look for me, and I said to myself, Jesus Christ, something wrong now, added Christie. He said after the men asked for a sudden stop and hastily exited his vehicle, the only female in the car agreed that she did not trust them either. So me stop and ready to move off, and them tell me say, never have no fear. Me just go on and say, you know up to something from them coming at the car. And despite the men not paying the $200 each for the ride, he said he didn't bother to make a fuss, instead thinking that the $400 he lost was not worth getting injured over or possibly losing his life. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.